What we just saw tonight was a vintage Caitlin Clark performance. 22 points, 9 assists, 47% from the field, 44% from three. And by far the best player on the floor, Caitlin Clark just had a fantastic game against the Valkyries. And it was a game where early on, the Valkyries were whooping the Fever. They looked better in every single way. They were stronger.
What we witnessed tonight felt like pure Caitlin Clark magic. She dropped 22 points, dished out 9 assists, shot nearly 50% from the floor, and controlled every heartbeat of the game. Under the bright lights and non-stop pressure, she stood out as the undeniable force on the court while the Indiana Fever fought through.
That chippy moment with Salaün at halftime that led to the double text.
I was just trying. Oh, did I get a technical? Oh, no way. Oh, it just makes sense for the refs tonight, so I'm not surprised. Wow, I could have got ejected. I should have been a little safer in the second half. Okay, well, guess I have some fines coming my way. And a flagrant. Wow. Well, the refs were interesting, but I'm not going to say anything else because obviously I got probably $1,000 worth of fines coming my way, but I was just trying to get the rebound and I didn't know I got a technical foul, but thanks for letting me know.
Early on, the Valkyries looked unstoppable. They came out faster, stronger, and completely in control, while Indiana struggled to keep up with the pressure. The Fever looked shaken and overwhelmed, until one controversial moment suddenly...
Is why it seemed like they were going to confidently win this game from the sample size of the first half. But you got to see the Indiana Fever resilience, and you got to see Caitlin Clark rally her team back. But more than that, you got to see that Caitlin Clark ain't no daggone chump. One thing that we've been seeing since Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA is that when she plays against these new teams, bench players start playing like starters because they want a piece of that Caitlin Clark pie. They want the media attention, the notoriety that comes with playing against Caitlin Clark, and in this game, it was Tiffany.
Right in the middle of an intense battle, Janielle Salaün appeared to drive a hard elbow into Caitlin Clark, and the reaction was instant. Fans flooded social media within seconds, replaying the clip again and again in disbelief. But the real shock came when the referees barely reacted at all, leaving...
Call the president, where's Caitlin Clark? Have no fear, Caitlin Clark is here, y'all. Come on, man. MVP mode unlocked tonight. Hey, Tiffany Hayes, thank you. Salaün, thank you for unlocking the beast in CC. Come on, man. Hey, this play right here. Main thing I want to look at right here. Main thing, and then another one. That was a beautiful pass, by the way. Beautiful pass to Lexi in the corner. Look at this. Look at this.
Clark looked stunned for a moment, but she never lost her composure. After the game, she laughed about the technical foul and the possibility of fines. Yet underneath the smile, the frustration was impossible to hide. Even she admitted
that was a lot of fun. The Indiana Fever showed a lot of fight against the Golden State Valkyries because the Valkyries came out, they're a team, they have length, they have athleticism, they were hacking a little bit, and the Fever fought through it. Caitlin Clark fought through it. She had struggled against the Valkyries last year, not in this one. She's been hitting the logo bombs. She's diming people up, got the support from Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. As always, Sophie Cunningham was good off the bench. Raven Johnson made a nice impression in her minutes, and it was nice to see the Fever fight.
The league craved attention, and now it owns it. Every Caitlin Clark game feels like playoff chaos wrapped in reality TV, where hard fouls, arguments, and reactions instantly turn into viral moments. The moment they're on the same floor as her,
Fever defeat the Valkyries for the first time after last season getting swept by them in a game that I really wanted the Indiana Fever to win. Caitlin Clark was back in the lineup, and this thing at one point turned into the Caitlin Clark versus Tiffany Hayes duel. And man, it was competitive. They were talking junk to each other. They were firing up. It was physical. They were letting each other have it. And at the end of the day, Caitlin got the better of the situation, finished the game with 22 points, 9 boards, looking every bit like the MVP candidate that she is.
One thing is becoming undeniable. Caitlin Clark isn't backing down from anyone. Every opponent seems to turn up the intensity against her, playing harder, faster, more physical than usual, while even bench players suddenly rise like stars.
Get it, man. Let's get it. I'm in your face. What you had to say? What you had to say? What you had to say? What did you have to say, man? Oh, man. Hey, hold on. This not it, though. Yeah. Yeah, me and you, Tiffany. Me and you. I want all that smoke. Hey, give it to look, she like, get out my effing face. Caitlin like, yeah.
Tiffany Hayes came in with fire in her eyes, non-stop energy, sharp trash talk, and relentless aggression from the opening whistle. She stayed on Clark all game, knocking down big shots, making sure every possession came with noise and pressure.
And then there was more of that feistiness I was talking about. This was right before the half. Caitlin's second technical of the season. A little bit of a shoving match. Good pass to Lexi Hull. Hull had hit one from there right before that. Janelle Salaün and Caitlin. And look at Myisha Hines-Allen, by the way. Come running in. So you know you got Myisha Hines-Allen. We know how famous Sophie got for standing up for Caitlin last year. Hines-Allen not hesitant to run in and get herself involved in the action as well. And then, Caitlin even got a flagrant in this one. I don't think this should have been a flagrant. Definitely was a foul because she leans with this into the screen with her shoulder. I guess I could see it. They're saying she put a little extra sauce on it.
Once Clark found her rhythm, everything shifted. Deep threes started falling like they were inevitable. Impossible passes carved through the defense, and Indiana's offense suddenly moved to her tempo. What looked like frustration turned into pure fuel. And
from a 7-point deficit about midway through the game, they were down by 7 at the half, and just, eventually just walked the Valkyries down. And Valkyrie were getting miracle minutes from Tiffany Hayes, who every time she sees Caitlin Clark, she just transforms into a human fireball for whatever reason. And Caitlin Chen, who averages 5 points a game and is kind of looked at like a joke, scores 18 points off the...
With every passing minute, the game only grew more intense. Hard screens echoed through every possession. Contact never stopped. Whistles felt inconsistent, and players kept chirping at each other like the tension was waiting to snap. Even the officials...
What's up? You out here cooking people, huh? You got your little cross and your little back step 3 and you started popping off, huh? Let me give you some of that action. Look at that. Caitlin, yeah, I'm in your face, yeah. Hey, I love every bit of it, dog. I love every bit of it. Come on, man. They did nothing but piss Caitlin off, and Caitlin said, yeah, let me show you what time it is. You think this is first year Caitlin? Oh, wait a minute. You think this is second year Caitlin? Nah. See, this is what y'all have to understand, man. You give player 3 years, okay? You give them 3 years. Throughout that third year, you're going to see exactly who they are.
After the elbow incident, the fan base split right down the middle. Some called it a cheap shot aimed at Clark, something that crossed the line. Others brushed it off as nothing more than hard, physical basketball. And just like that, social media turned into a war zone.
It's good for Caitlin to send a little message that she won't get punked either, and give it the other way. Basketball is a bit of a physical game. This one didn't have quite as much freedom of movement or those points of emphasis because the Valkyries were hacking early in the game. I think it got the Fever a little frustrated. The Valkyries didn't look like a team on a back-to-back. They had to be fair to them, that's a tough scheduling situation to play in New York the night before and then have to go play Indiana, less than 24 hours later. It's not a huge trip from New York to Indianapolis, but nonetheless, that's a tough turnaround for any basketball team.
Love her or hate her, one thing is undeniable. Caitlin Clark changes the entire atmosphere the moment she steps on the floor. Every game turns into must-watch television, like something bigger than basketball is unfolding in real time. Opponents raise their level. Fans get louder with every possession.
Enough for herself and not taking any stuff from the Valkyries. Man, I don't think this was one of these situations where girls are hating on Caitlin. I feel like this was just Caitlin going after the ball. The girl hit her with a chicken wing. This was the girl should have let Caitlin foul her. Maybe they would have went to the line and got some cheap free throws. I do not think this has anything to do with girls hating on Caitlin. I did not get any of that from the Valkyries today, man.
She finished with 22 points and 9 assists, but the box score was never the real story. What lingered was the drama, the emotion, and the undeniable sense that the WNBA is stepping into a new era with Caitlin Clark at the center of it all. Every game feels like theater now, every possession carrying weight,